Hi, it's Cynthia at Ornamentia, and I am shooting this video for Angel. She asked me a question about how you could add pigments or glitters to Amazing Glaze. So I'm going to show you very quick. The store is, I'm going to see if I can do this real quickly. The store is closed. I'm here all by myself. See the store? Get a little tour. I have the music turned up a little bit loud. So anyway, I'm here by myself, taking advantage of that, and I'm going to shoot this video for Angel. So, Angel, let me get that in focus for you. Alright, so what I have is I have a bezel, and I've got some powdered, kind of like eyeshadowy powdered pigments. You can also use glitter. Show a sparkly glitter. And I have gone ahead and I've mixed some of this eyeshadow pigment. Actually just grabbed some with a toothpick, you know, a little bit, like maybe about that much, and I mixed it into a cup with some of the Amazing Glaze. Now you're not going to want to do this with all of your powder, it just takes a small amount. So I mixed a little bit in there, and I'm going to put a small amount in the bottom of this bezel. I'm not going to put the usual amount I would put into a bezel, and I'm actually going to smooth it out, although we don't normally do that with the Amazing Glaze because it is self-leveling. But in this case, I am going to smooth it out, and then I'm going to put that in the oven through the magic of video. We're going to pretend that I just took it out of the oven. And then what I'm going to do for this, you can see you get like a nice sort of, you get a nice coating of the color, and then I've laid a letter. Like in this case, I laid an N. There's a C. We have these little letter charms here, and I just cut the loop off of the letter charm, and then I laid the letter charm down over that first pigmented layer of resin, and then I put a second layer of resin over the top of it, and that second layer will seal in the letter. And it also sort of gives it a second coating. So it does give it a little bit, you know, I'm realizing this is not showing up super well in this video, but I don't know if you can see there's a little bit of a sort of bluish tint to it. Now I could have put that on much thicker if I'd wanted to. You know, it was kind of experimental. I didn't add a ton of the pigment, as you can see. I think you could probably do it, I would say about up to maybe 30% pigment. This was not even 10%. So, meaning that's like a 3-part pigment mixture. So, and I use just, this is like a powdered eyeshadow pigment. Now, I've done a second project that also uses glitter. It's just coming out of the oven. It's a little hot, so I'm going to be really careful touching it. So this one has pigment. I'm going to have to move my camera because I don't want to get that dirty powder there on it. But this one has the pigment, which is along here, that I actually dusted that pigment on before I laid the Amazing Glaze down. And then I have an image. This is one of those Pidix collage images. And then I've put some glitter, some real sparkly glitter there on the side. I'm not super happy with this one. I think I'm going to continue to layer up the glitter like little tiny bit at a time until I get what I want. My idea is that I sort of want the bird to be emerging from behind the glitter and the pigment. So we'll see how that goes. It definitely, you know, the pigment is floating a little bit in the resin. I don't know if you can see it. So just to answer your question, Angel, you can incorporate glitter and pigments into your Amazing Glaze resin. You do need to just mix it carefully and experiment. Someone else asked me today in the store about how you could do experiments without ruining your bezels, because once I do this experimental peacock thing, if I'm done with it and I don't like it, what am I going to do? Well, a good way to solve that is to just take a piece of tin foil and sort of bend the sides up and make a little temporary bezel, and practice your experimental thing in that temporary bezel, and then you can just toss that experiment out or save it and use it in a different kind of collage, but you won't ruin the more expensive metal bezels that, you know, maybe you don't want to burn through while you're experimenting. So I'm pretty confident that I can make this into something that I want. You should watch for a project here in the next week or so on our YouTube channel that will use these components and see what it looks like. So anyway, thank you very much for the question, Angel, and I hope you have fun experimenting.